Welcome to CityBiz, the late September, in fact, the last of September as the sun is about to set edition. You're probably watching this the first few days of October. Hope you make it out to Art Walk and some of the other fun events happening this weekend. My name's Melinda Art, as you might know, citizen at large or citizen of Fairfield. And here's Councilman Michael Halley. We're in our last couple of CityBiz sessions here.
Well, maybe someone else will pick them up in 2022, so we don't know.
But my last, yeah.
I don't know in CityBiz, so it can be anyone.
But we're last few sessions with you, so we're getting into old lang syne. But we have some topics to cover here. Our sustainability forum, a little update on that. Things are moving along. Yeah,
so the Southeast Iowa Sierra Club has been moving ahead on a sustainability plan for the community. And they were able to secure funding from MIU for a sustainability coordinator for 3 years. MIU's contribution would be 1/3 of the salary for this position. The city has contributed another third for 1 year. I would say with likelihood of renewal, but just we do our annual budget, we do a yearly budget, so we did 1 year for that. And the Sierra Club was hoping the county would do the other third, but the county opted not to. And so they've been going and trying to get that last bit of money raised privately. They hosted a sustainability forum a few Fridays ago.
Yeah.
And after the event, an anonymous donor gave $5,000 towards that last remaining bit of funding.
Right.
So the update we got from Sierra Club president at Monday's council meeting was that they now have enough to start the position, the sustainability coordinator position, and now they're fundraising for a bit of a budget for that person to work with. So that's important because, you know, we remember this with the volunteer center, you know, paying the person who's doing the work is key, but they need a little money to work with. And so hopefully we'll see that position starting to engage the community very, very soon.
Excellent. We'll have further reports on that next month on CityBiz, I'm sure.
I hope by next month, yes.
Yeah. But moving along here, but while we still have the sun at our backs, Visit Fairfield is the new name of the Fairfield Visitors and Convention Bureau, and Terry Baker presented a report at the City Council meeting, that annual report. Well, what are some highlights, apart from the rebranding?
Well, it's amazing, I gotta say, what Visit Fairfield, I don't want to call them the Visitors Bureau, what Visit Fairfield, it's actually a nice rebranding, was able to do last year during quarantine. So they essentially switched gears because they weren't able to truly ask or encourage people to visit in person during COVID. So what they pivoted, and they went with a online shopping type events. They went with, you know, virtual events.
Yeah.
And they really went with marketing, and they went for a period of time. It was when the time is right, visit Fairfield. And so it's kind of priming people. And I know a lot of us felt this kind of pent up desire to travel and do stuff.
Yeah.
And it's great that, you know, things opened up again, and then the Delta variant. So, you know, it's a roller coaster, but priming people that, hey, Fairfield's waiting for you when the time is right. But with the virtual shopping event, it really actually helped a lot of local businesses.
Good.
And some of the owners of those businesses have publicly praised Visit Fairfield, and I'm going to say Terry Baker because she is the director, for the work that organization and Terry did for them, because it's been hard for local businesses. I mean, we've lost a few, and across the country and the world, a lot of small businesses just did not make it through COVID. And so for Visit Fairfield to come and help keep them going is invaluable. You know, those are businesses that make our community special, that bring people here, that we who live here enjoy using. So just really impressed with Visit Fairfield. And I'm going to say Terry Baker, got to give her a shout out by name. You know, it is an organization and it does have a board, but she does the work, and I just want to make sure that she's commended for it.
Great, and I'm sure that you can have a glance at the website, which is probably now Visit Fairfield. It used to be
I believe it's, yeah, I think actually
Yeah.
the website was Visit Fairfield
Yeah.
for years. And
so now
the
it's-
branding makes it match.
great.
Because
Check it
also,
out.
you know, when you call it the Visitors Bureau, people got that confused with the convention and visitors. The convention and visitors, regardless, they thought it was the same as the
Yeah.
convention center.
Yeah.
And those are different organizations. So
Right.
just let's take the convention out of the name and just be Visit Fairfield.
So thanks for that update. Now, as many of us drive around Fairfield, we've probably experienced the road repairs that have been going on. 4th Street is now gloriously smooth and wonderful to drive on. That is all finished. They may be doing some things along the edges, I don't know, but the road is great. What about some of the other street works?
So 4th Street and 32nd are called, what the process of what they're doing is an overlay, an asphalt overlay. So it's where they kind of grind up a little bit of the top of the street and they put 2 inches of asphalt. And so that's why 4th Street, once it was ready, it took a little while to get the water and the sewer that
Yeah.
needed to be done in one block complete. But once it was done and the asphalt's down, you can basically drive on it the same day.
Yeah.
So now the 2nd street that's going to have an asphalt overlay is 32nd out on the west side of town. And that's being worked on this week. So that should be done pretty soon. And the county's going to work on their section. So the city boundary ends
Oh,
at some
yeah.
point on 32nd and the county begins. And it was going to be coordinated to be done the same year, but I think the county's looking maybe to next year to do their portion. So the whole stretch of 32nd on the west side of town will be very smooth in the near future. And then we have 3 streets that were
Yeah.
slated for reconstruction, and that's where you just break out the concrete, go all the way down to the rock base and pour concrete. 23rd Street's the one that's under construction. I think it's 1-lane traffic
Yeah.
until it's done. And 9th Street we talked about was going to be closed from Burlington to Washington, and it was going to be kind of an issue for people going into the east parking lot at the rec center. It hasn't been closed, even though it was supposed to start, I think, in August, because the crews are trying to finish at 23rd. So
Yeah.
when 23rd is done, they'll hit 9th, and then and there's one block of C Street from Burlington to Broadway that's going to be done as well.
Oh, lovely.
And so we're kind of, you know, getting close to the end of the season, but the schedule for the contractors, they got to get it done. And so
Yeah.
they're still trying.
And the alley, the post office alley as well, that's
Yep.
in the works.
Yep, the actual main mailbox was moved for a period of time, kind of just slightly in front, excuse me, of the post office on Briggs, on Broadway. And now that alley that you are used to going into to drop off your mail should be opening soon, and it'll be 1,000 times smoother than it used to be. That was a pretty beat up old alley. That thing looked like it had been kind of slapped together and repaired many times, but it'll actually be a nice alley once it's done, which will be, I guess we're coming up to it. By the time you watch this, maybe it's done.
Could be all done.
Yeah.
Just a few days from now. All right, well, we have tabled the last topic of our discussion, but it is something Michael's been personally working on. Talk about making sure a project gets done.
Yep.
Today, last day of September when this is being taped, Michael was out there joining the crews, and our city engineer, who had no reason to have, except she wanted to get it done. She's getting her hands dirty. They're laying the bricks, getting ready to have our picnic tables in Central Park.
Well, it's true. It's almost complete. It's kind of crazy to imagine since it's been about 6 years in the making. As we were laying the brick today, I took the day off work to make sure to be part of this. I was remembering that a version that we came to City Council with, I think in 2016, it wasn't the brick pavers that we were recommending. It was stamped concrete, so concrete that kind of looks like pavers. And I realized, as much as it was not fun having that voted no, this is a better version. So in a way, it's like, you know, you don't get a yes, and then you come back and you redo a few things and you come back and now it's a better project. Everyone has commented even, I'll say this, I won't name the city staff who was saying that they weren't crazy about this as an idea, but as they saw it unfolding, they admitted, you know, this does look pretty good. So,
and I bet they'll be out here eating lunches, so,
Yeah,
or, you know, enjoying the picnic tables, which hopefully a couple will be ready for Art Walk. We'll see.
We'll see. I think
Yeah.
the west side, Parks Department is going to try to get those 4 tables installed October 1st. So if you're watching this
Yeah.
by then, maybe they're up. So we're trying to, try to get a couple side, like half of them would be ready for Oktoberfest and the running of the wieners and all the wiener dogs and all the stuff that that goes with that. I think that's the last outdoor First Friday for the season.
It is, and the weather's looking like, well, we could have some rain, but it should be pleasant.
I think the rain's going to hold off. That's my prediction. It was actually, might have supposed to rain today, but
it didn't.
But it didn't.
Kept on.
I got one little thing.
A bonus.
So, this is super nerdy, but this just arrived today, and that's why I actually have it with me.
Cool.
So it's this I don't know what, this certificate that you can get as an elected official if you complete all the Iowa League of Cities elected official leadership training, which I did, and so I'm an official, certified elected municipal official. I don't know exactly if that gives me any perks or anything, but the reason that this is important is just I always encourage my fellow elected officials to take advantage of this. I mean, this was not an expensive process. It wasn't that time consuming, but there's so much more to learn. There's always more to learn about city government. So I'm encouraging my fellow council members and whoever replaces me on the 4th Ward, this will be something to strive for. You know, take advantage of continuing education and be the best, most educated council member you can be.
Oh, congrats on that.
Yeah.
I mean, and yeah, you took it seriously.
I took it seriously. I tried to be a good council member and know what I was talking about. You know, that might just be a personal thing that I like to know what I'm talking about. So I studied hard and I got this. It's gonna go above my bed and I'll look at it every night. Or maybe not, but
maybe not, but you can know I did that.
I did that, yeah.
Yeah, you did that. And thanks for all that you do, putting your attention on our city. I think we all enjoy living in Fairfield and hopefully are all doing our little bit to just enjoy the space, and by that enjoyment, making it a better place.
Yep. No, we have a lot of people with willing to put in the work to make the town better, and even if it's just in some relatively small way, it adds up.
It all adds up. Yeah. And we are happy to bring you the news and our enjoyment of Fairfield right here on CityBiz every month. Thanks for tuning in. Feel free to share this with other citizens of Fairfield or friends that you know. I'm Melinda Arndt.
Michael Halley.
See you at the end of October.
See you next time.